Great, so this is Android Auto. I've got a Nexus 5 plugged into this car, and everything that you see on the car screen here is being rendered and sent from the phone across to the car head unit. So what you're looking at right now is the overview, and this shows contextually relevant suggestions when you're driving. So here you can see suggestions on how long it will take to get to a cafe that I've looked at recently, as well as starting a playlist. Along the bottom you can see navigation, communication, media and car app icons. So let's take a look at music. So if I press this particular song, you'll see it switches into Google Play Music and we'll start playing that song. And what you'll hear is it's coming through the car system. Now the buttons you see here for audio controls are what you would expect in Google Play Music. So there's previous, next track. There's also an overflow menu here with things like thumbs up, thumbs down, start radio. So if you're familiar with Play Music, this experience feels really familiar to you when you're in the car. Now if we look here at the menu, we've taken aspects of Google Play Music and brought them to the car in a way that's really easy to use when you're in the driver's seat. We've got Listen Now, playlists, radio and cues. One of the things we're really excited by is how many third-party app developers we've got. So all of the apps that you see in this list are actually apps that are installed on my phone right now and are able to make use of some of the SDKs and APIs that we're providing. And what you'll see if I look at Spotify, the menus here and the color are very much custom to Spotify. You'll see they're green on the right, you'll see their menu structure, their icons, and they have control over this. So it's very much their app available to a driver in the car. If we take a look at Google Maps here, you can see I can set a destination really easily by pressing the button on the steering wheel. Navigate to Alamo Square.
Cannot reach Google at the moment.
Just try that once more. Navigate to Alamo Square.
Navigating to Alamo Square, San Francisco.
There's obviously a lot of cell interference around I/O at the moment, and that would typically be much faster in doing speech recognition as well as loading up a route here. So I've been able to set a destination simply by saying what the destination is. I haven't had to look up the address or use a keyboard at all. And what you can see here on the screen right now is the route that's being shown, the distance to the upcoming turns. I've got voice just muted, so it's easier for me to talk. I'll turn that back on in a moment. Now, one of the great things is I can actually be in a third-party application, any application other than Google Maps. And as I approach a turn, there's the ability for a notification to show up. For example, I could be on a phone call, and as I approach a turn, I'll get a heads-up notification that a turn's appearing. I'll just unmute voice guidance for a moment so you can see that. If I look at alternate routes, you can see in this case, there's two different ways to get to my destination. We've picked the optimal one taking into account road traffic conditions, but I can go in and take a look at what the other one is and choose to use it if I want. Now over on the left, what you can see is the distance to the next turn and lane guidance that we launched in Google Maps recently. So in this case, I need to turn right, but I can do it in any of the right 3 lanes. I don't have to get in the rightmost lane. And there's voice guidance as well that would go along with this that explains that you should be in those right lanes. Then finally, what we have at the bottom here of the screen is that it's going to take 9 minutes. You can see it's color-coded to the road traffic conditions. So the traffic is not particularly bad, but could be better. And then finally, if I look at the rest of Google Maps, what we've done is taken aspects of the product, like being able to know where you're likely to go in your home and work, and brought it to a car in a way that's really easy to use. So if I tap suggestions, here you can see home and work. In this case, I'm more likely to go home. And there's businesses that I've recently searched for on Google Maps or Google, and I can simply tap on these when I'm in the car and select and go there. I've also got categories. So while I'm driving, I might want to find a gas station or somewhere to park, and I can do that just with a few taps of the screen. And then finally, I can turn traffic conditions on or off for the entire product. Great.
Perfect. Anything else you want to add?
No, we're just really excited to bring Google Maps.
What
to
about the
as many
third-party apps? Anything else like Pandora or anything like that you can show us?
You can take a quick look. I think we're almost out. So, for example, here's Pandora's menu structure. They've got different radio stations.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. It has to be one of the apps. They register the fact they're using the SDK, and then it'll show up in this list.
Can I just go through?
And the touchscreen in each car, it's based on the manufacturer of the car, correct? Not.
That is correct.
Not- It's not Google.
The music.
That's correct.
Is that capacitive or?
I'm not sure on the details on this particular
I'll ask
touchscreen.
Honda.
Yeah.
And so if you hit the home screen.
Is that home
That's
right there?
that's Honda's.
That's Honda's.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. So in this case,
that's Honda's own built-in thing, and then they just have like the Android Auto.
exactly. So this is
Okay.
still one of their prototypes. They'll look different in different cars. And have different sort of,
Okay.
Do you want to touch
Yeah.
the screen, see what it feels like?
Sure.
I
So-
think it feels like it's capacitive because it's a
So
harder
Android,
Yeah, so
this Android will look different in like the Audi than it does in this car.
Yeah. So the Audi's a good one to compare it to because it's not a touchscreen.
Right, it has a little.
It has a rotary control,
Yeah.
but what you'll see is particularly
That's
these.
so old school, by the way. Sorry, go on.
One nice thing is the third-party app developers don't have to know if it's a touchscreen or a rotary control.
Okay.
So it's all completely transparent to them. They
Oh,
can
and
just
so these are just the apps that have the API right now.
exactly.
'Cause you wanna-
It reads out news stories.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So this will tell me the game.
Yeah. So they have.
Sweet. So I get to pick the Giants, and it'll be like Giants.
Yeah. So you could pick different games to listen to or commentary. Let's see how it goes here.
Oh.
It's gonna take a bit of time to start
It's all right.
streaming on the cell
No, it's
network.
okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to touch it. And I guess the other thing is so
Yeah, it's really sensitive.
the sound through the speakers in the car.
Yes.
Everything is just controlled by plugging it into that.
Exactly. You just
micro
plug in.
USB.
The microphone I was showing you is actually as part of the car.
Sweet.
It's not using.